Since I found that Fleck Brothers Victor toilet all the way out in the middle of nowhere, I just figured that I would document, how I got to it. So there's this little pathway right here, right to the left of all this garbage. And you kind of just go back on this little path that fishermen have made to go down to the beach. I'll walk down to the beach as well, but first I'll show you where the toilet is. I'm coming back to this place for that Aaron's and Ott leader, and I'm gonna see if I can find any more parts of that, and I really want to make it flush, so I'm gonna make that my next project toilet. More people have project cars, but I think a project toilet is kind of interesting. So I can see them back there now. There's a lot less brush than there was when I came back here with BTR. I can see that's pretty fresh mud, so better be careful with that. But I went back right about here. Oh, look at this tree. That thing is toast. So here's the Trent. I remember there was a spud around here somewhere. I'm gonna grab that also because I don't really know what all will be involved in getting this working again. I'm also gonna dig around and see if I can find any of the parts of the leader, because I pulled it out from around here. Right now it's right here. So as you can see, it will be a bit of a project to make that work. Actually, if you look at it, there's just that one hole right there. So all I've got to do is I've got to put something like a tube through the hole, and then since the siphon jet channel is destroyed, I have to put another tube down here and seal it there and there, and then somehow make that fit into the pipe, and I've got a functional toilet. This looks a lot easier than I thought it would be. So before I go digging back in the woods anymore, I guess I'll show you how close this is to the beach. And I'll look around here a little more now that the brush is down. So I'm just gonna go back out through here. When I came here with BTR, there was a lot more water on this path. I actually had to walk through water with that toilet. That boat's been there since I was a kid, at least. And then there's just more trash around here. And then we get down here to the water. I used to come down here a lot when I was younger. Not a whole lot, but I used to really love this area. I loved coming down here and looking through all the junk that washed up on the beach. That's one of my other hobbies. I don't get to do it so much anymore, but all this stuff that washes up on the beach, I like to look through it, and sometimes I even find toilet parts along here. Like this perfectly good bobber, for example. I pick stuff up like that. And there's just totally random stuff like whatever this is. And I've even found porcelain chunks of toilets down here. Like all worn down by the surf and the sand. It's really interesting, actually. Then here's an old can from the 80s. It's a Lone Star light beer. And then there's a truck light down there. Obviously I don't need any of this stuff, so I'm not picking it up. That's disgusting, whatever it is. So yeah, this is what I used to do for my spare time. I used to come along here and just search for things. Anything and everything washes up on this shoreline. So there's not really much in the way of toilet related things that come up along here, but there are some things up in those woods. Down there, there's actually a chimney. I'll pause the video and resume over there, and I'll poke around that a little bit and show you guys what there is to see. So I've made it to the chimney. Along the way, I found this Coke bottle stuffed with green foam. You really do find everything, and I found this little Sprite bottle from Mexico also. That's kind of neat. So when I used to come back here when I was younger, there used to be a bunch of bushes along here, which I guess are gone now. And this chimney was a good ways back in the woods. So it has eroded quite a bit since that house came down. Also, there's a baby doll in the sand. Again, there's everything here. So I guess it's blue. I'm gonna find a way up here. But also that thing, I remember laying a board down, leaning on the top of that and going to the land. And so that's about how close the land was at the time. So this really has eroded quite a lot. And again, there's just stuff everywhere. So I think around here there will be a good way to get up. That's what I remember, at least. I have no idea what that thing is, but wasps love it. So I think I'll just head up right around where this piece of concrete is. Then there's a big broken piece of concrete way out in the water. I might be able to see that from up here. Or not. So yeah, there's another one of these things up here. I've actually been on top of that. It was pretty cool. But I'm gonna look around up here and see if I can find anything toilet related. I wouldn't even know how to get here from the road if I were to find something. There's just a bunch of old bottles here, like from the 2000s. I bet these came up here during Ike, and the water's never been as high since, so that would explain why everything here is old. But this looks like just stuff that floated up from the waves. But I see some more stuff over this way. I'll go check that out. It's another platform of some sort. But there really doesn't look like there's anything up there. It might be a foundation from an old house. If that's the case, I think there might be something in it. But I'd have a better chance of being struck by lightning than finding an intact toilet up here. It's worth a shot though. Here's a cooler of water. Interesting. I'll have to look on Google Maps aerial view and see if I can find when the last time was there was a building up here. There's just nothing. Yeah, there was a house here at one time, that's for sure. And then this looks just like a porch maybe. So I'm gonna go along the other side towards the chimney and see what I find over there. I can see it off in the distance there. This is a flat screen. Then there are these weird little things. And I call them things because I have no idea what they are. Except that I can stand on them, so maybe they're height increasers. Here's another place over here. I actually have never seen it. But there's another piece of concrete. Looks like I can go on top of it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. But first I'll go take a look at the chimney and see if there's anything around it. It sure does look like there was a house here, if the chimney wasn't obvious enough. Then here's an old pipe. It's heavy. I'm gonna throw it down on the beach. There's just a bunch of garbage up here. Yeah, there's really nothing to see here. Just some styrofoam and the chimney. Although I might get a brick from it if I can. Imagine a family having a fire in that fireplace, looking over the water. That's kind of neat to think about. But I guess all these bricks are probably pretty well fastened in place, or else they would be not here anymore. That thing's too heavy. I'm not going to try throwing it. Let's head over this way. And then there's another, oh geez, there's another thing over there too. This video really ended up being about weird abandoned concrete structures rather than where the Fleck Brothers Victor was. But this is an idea of the area it came from. So there's really nothing around here, and this thing is just here, I guess. I don't see what the point is of it. Maybe I'll find another toilet. Nothing. Lots of sticks on the ground. I need to watch where I'm walking. There's just more random concrete pieces around here. They're not even pieces. They were clearly put here for a reason. Like, what is this thing? What's it supposed to be, and what's it doing there? And then there's a manhole over there. That's not very interesting, so I don't feel the need to go up to it. Here's dolphin bones. You don't see those every day. I think it's actually illegal to own these. But as long as no one saw me pick that one up, I guess we're good. Manhole cover. And I am gonna get that Aaron's an Ott leader on the way back. Don't let me forget it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The skull of a dolphin. That is pretty neat. And then here's the jaw. Look at that. That is so awesome. So a dolphin got up here and died, I guess. I wouldn't really expect a dolphin to live very long, but this has to be from one of the hurricanes, because I don't think dolphins could swim on land unless he was trying to evolve and God decided it was a bad idea and aborted it. Let's check this little thing out. It's a neat little pile of stuff in here. Just some buckets and some dead palm leaves. I don't need this thing. What is this, like a porta potty or something? It's Dylan. And there's a chair in it. It's like a watchtower or a deer hunting thing. Wow, I could spend all evening up here. I think I'll just walk back through the woods and show you guys along the way. I might cut this video if there's a lot of uninteresting parts. Or I might just leave the whole thing up. It's not going on my main channel anyway. There's a bunch of cans. And I'm gonna work on heading over to the right here pretty soon. And here's a bottle with many layers of water lines on it. I think we're just starting to get into toilet area where I was finding all the toilets before. We're not going to find the Victor, I mean because I took it, but we're not going to find the other ones that were with that, since this is still the other side of that main pathway. I walked quite a ways on the beach, and that also means that my bottles are still down there. So we're starting to get into some trash. This stuff here is all old, like from the 80s. I see a bucket over there. I'm gonna go over to it. And it looks like a bird died right there. It's a bucket of nasty water hanging from a tree. And that rope isn't grown into the tree either, so it hasn't been there terribly long. I guess I'll put the lid on it. Or in it. It's not really serving much purpose. Then there's this little thing on the tree. Looks like there might have been a camera in there at one time. For deer watching. There's some water over here. And I'm wearing Crocs, so I'll probably stay away from it because I don't want to get bit by snakes. I think I'm kind of stuck. I'll have to find my way out of this place. Oh geez. I see green over there. I'll head this way. I also see green down here. That's not bad. Perfect. I made it across in one piece. I don't see anything in here. I think we're too far off the beaten trail to find anything really interesting, but I do wonder how all these bottles and beer cans got here. Maybe there were little dirt paths through this area way back in the day, and now they're all just overgrown with little patches of bottles deep in the woods. And there's another tree I bet I could push over. Fun. It's not worth the energy. Well, I guess I'll figure out how to get out of here, and then I will play the video once I find something interesting. So see you guys soon. Right up there, I found the road. So I'm gonna go up to that, then I'm gonna walk back over to where the toilets are. I see stuff back here. I'll go check that out, and then I'll make my way back to the leader. It looks like it's just decaying plant matter over here. Nothing really to see. That branch is poking me from all sides. It looks like something dug through here. Yeah, so here we are, back at the road. In one of these mounds there was a blue toilet, all destroyed, of course. Oh, that's nice. Great. I'm not walking through that. So really all I had to do was just go back in the general direction from which I came, and no matter how much woods there was, I knew I was heading in the right direction. So I would find my way back as long as I didn't take any too big turns. Here's some more old junk, an old 80s soda bottle. And then some wires. And an old telephone pole. I wonder if I could find any insulators on the end of that. This is where they would have screwed on. But it looks like they've been all picked off. Nothing of interest back here, really, except for a bottle. It's a no name. Here's another bottle. Hey, that's not in bad shape at all. 1958. I think I'll save it. Well, this was a good run. I'll update you guys when I've got the leader in the car, and then I'll see you guys again when it's all cleaned up. So I just have to find my way out of here, and then we're done.